Did you know that in 100 days, one man killed over 500 enemy soldiers? He used no scope, no spotter. He worked alone in temperatures that dropped to -40 degrees Celsius. The Soviet Union sent entire battalions to kill him. Counter-snipers, artillery barrages. They shelled entire sections of forest trying to erase one man. None of it worked. His name was Simo Häyhä. He was 5'3". Before the war, he was a farmer. November 30th, 1939. The Soviet Union invades Finland with 750,000 soldiers, thousands of tanks and air support. Finland has fewer than 300,000 men. No tanks, no air superiority, just rifles, skis, and the forest. Stalin expects victory in 2 weeks. What follows becomes known as the Winter War. The Soviets are better armed, better supplied, and vastly outnumber the Finnish defenders. But the Finns know the terrain, they know the cold, and they have something the Soviet conscripts don't: a reason to fight that has nothing to do with orders. When the call goes out, Simo Häyhä walks into the forest with a rifle. He's 34 years old, a farmer and hunter from the Karelia region. Quiet, unremarkable, 5'3". He starts killing. Häyhä's methods are brutally simple. He uses a Finnish M2830 rifle, a variant of the Mosin Nagant, with iron sights. No scope. Scopes reflect sunlight. Scopes fog up in sub-zero temperatures. Scopes force you to raise your head higher behind the rifle. That extra inch makes you visible. That extra inch gets you killed. Instead, he sights his targets through plain metal. He packs snow into his mouth so his breath won't rise and give away his position. He pours water onto the snow in front of the barrel so the muzzle blast won't kick up powder. He wears white camouflage and lies motionless for hours. In a forest where the temperature drops to -40 degrees, he waits. And when he fires, he doesn't miss. The Soviets start dying in numbers that don't make sense. Entire patrols vanish. Officers are shot before they give a single order. Snipers who have trained for years are killed by a man who learned to shoot hunting game in Finnish winters. By December, Häyhä has 138 confirmed kills in 22 days of near-total darkness. The sun in Karelia at that time of year rises for roughly 5 hours. In one stretch, he averages 5 kills per day. His best single day, 25 kills, during a battle that lasted from dawn until dusk in the pale winter light. The Soviets aren't just losing men, they're being dismantled. Morale collapses. Soldiers refuse to leave their positions. They start calling the forest something new, a place where a ghost lives. A ghost they cannot see, cannot find, cannot kill. They give him a name: Belaya Smrt, the White Death. The Red Army responds the only way it knows how. They send dedicated counter-sniper teams. He kills them. They call in artillery strikes on positions they think he's using. By the time the shells land, he's already moved. They shell entire grid squares of forest. Nothing works. One Soviet general, after losing an entire company in a single engagement, reportedly said, "We have gained 22 square miles of corpses." March 6, 1940. Häyhä is engaged in close combat near the Kolar River. An explosive round, fired by a Soviet soldier, catches him across the left side of his face. It tears away half his jaw. The soldier who finds him, a fellow Finn, later describes a face that is no longer a face. They drag him back to Finnish lines. He falls into a coma. For a week, the White Death lies silent. On March 13, 1940, the Winter War ends. Finland cedes territory, but remains independent. The Soviet Union has suffered over 300,000 casualties. Finland has lost roughly 70,000. And on that same day, the day the guns go quiet, Simo Häyhä wakes up. His final confirmed count as a sniper, 505 kills, possibly over 200 more with a submachine gun. In total, he may have killed more than 700 men. In 100 days, in the freezing dark. No sniper in history has matched him. His face is permanently disfigured. The explosive round carved out a piece of him that would never grow back. He undergoes 26 reconstructive surgeries over the following years. But Häyhä doesn't seek fame. He doesn't write memoirs. He doesn't tour the world giving speeches about what he did in those 100 days. He goes back to Finland. He breeds dogs. He hunts moose. He lives quietly in a small town called Ruokolahti, surrounded by the same forests he once disappeared into. When asked years later how he became such a good shot, he answers with one word: practice. When someone asks if he feels remorse, he says something that cuts through decades of mythology. I did what I was told as well as I could. Simo Häyhä dies on April 1st, 2002. He is 96 years old, a farmer, a hunter, and the deadliest sniper who ever lived. He was 5'3". He used no scope. He packed snow in his mouth so his breath wouldn't rise and give away his position, and no one has ever matched what he did in those 100 days. If you want more stories from the darkest corners of history, subscribe to Midnight Tales.